So by now you know that you need to publish your book with Amazon. You know that self-e-publishing is the right way for first-time authors. Actually, it is the right way for every author who care about their work and want to make sure they keep all the rights for themselves. You don't want to wait. You don't want to spend years waiting for a permission from a big publisher. You don't want to spend all this time just to get rejected again and again. You want to act now and get your book published. I know you spend so much time thinking about what you want to write about and actually writing the book. And you do not want to depend on hope publishing, which means sending query letter out for hundreds of agents and publishers and hope that one of them might like your book. It just doesn't work. You actually need to engineer your e-publishing success. You need to use the 6 steps plan to e-publishing to make sure your book will actually be published. You want to use the 6 steps plan to e-publishing to make sure your book will be published on Amazon as soon as possible. This video is all about the e-publishing blueprint and how to make sure your book will be published on Amazon and how to create your e-publishing path. Hi, I'm Nathaniel. My book Sparkly Me was #1 bestseller for children on Amazon for more than 16 weeks and sold over 30,000 copies in less than 5 months. I'm coaching authors on how to publish their ebook and make it available for millions of potential readers on Amazon. Yes, there is a plan for e-publishing and you can actually download the blueprint. So go ahead, download it so you can actually follow up with what I say. Just a few warnings. This blueprint is very intense. There's a lot of details in there, so please don't be intimidated. You don't need to learn all of it or know everything by heart. This blueprint is to help you put action into order when it comes to e-publishing your ebook with Amazon. I will go over it very quickly. I will not necessarily cover every detail on that blueprint. I'm going to skip over some pieces and might talk more about other pieces that are not necessarily included in that blueprint. And some things that are in this blueprint I will not get to in this video. Sorry for that, but time is getting tight. I already gave you 2 videos. In the first video, I gave you some valuable information about traditional publishing, and I explained in details why pursuing this path is in the past and why you should choose e-publishing to make sure your book will be published. In the second video, I gave you my keywords secrets and I explained why keywords are actually your big guns when it comes to marketing your book. I showed you how to find the best keywords to actually make sure your book will show up in front of all those millions of potential readers on Amazon. I taught you those secrets to make sure you will be able to market your book and not only publish it. Choosing the right keywords is what helped me to become a #1 bestseller author for such a long time and generate thousands of dollars every month from selling my books on Amazon. If you haven't seen those videos yet, go ahead, check them out. They are at the top of this page. Make sure to watch them because they're pretty much required homework. If you're really serious about publishing your book, make sure to watch them. I will be going fast over this blueprint because I said earlier, time is tight. We have this video and we have the next video. Don't be intimidated. It's all about taking baby steps, 1 step at a time. That's what I did when I first published my book. So let's go ahead and create your e-publishing blueprint.
So this is the checklist that I've created for the people who actually purchased my book, The 6 Steps Plan to E-Publishing, and I'm going to share it with you because this is a great tool to use when you want to publish your book. You can actually use it from where you want to create the book, and you can check the boxes whenever you're ready to move on to the next step. The first two categories here is where you have the idea but you didn't write the book yet. So you can use it to find out what is it that you need to do in order to actually create the content of your book and create your book, where to find the help and what to do. You can use that, but I'm not going to talk about it so much today. I'm going to move on to the third category. I called it finding an illustrator, but it applies to you if you don't need to find an illustrator, but you still need to find a graphic designer, an editor, or any kind of help that you're going to need to come up with when creating your book. So let's start with that. I'm going to show you a great website which you can use to post a job and then find people who can help you to create your book. So I'm going to show you this great website where you can go post a job and find the help that you need to create your book. It can be an illustrator, an editor, translator, or any other kind of help that's somehow connected to your book. So let's go to this wonderful, great website that I'm using on a daily basis. And the website called Odesk, www.odesk.com. You can see it right here. And what's so great about this website is that it allows you to post a job, then to negotiate the price with the vendor, and then manage your team online and pay them through this website. So everything that you need in one place. So let's say I want to recruit someone to do a job for me. As you can see here, I have two jobs that I posted, one for a client of mine, editor for a medical book. 17 people applied, and a job for myself to promote my book, data entry for book promotion sites, and more than 67 people applied. Just give you a clue about how many people are applying for jobs here and how easy it makes everything for you. So I posted a job, and let's say people applied for that job. I can click the job, and then it will show me a list of all these people, and I can go one by one and see how many stars they got, because this website also give you reviews. So if somebody hired someone to do a job for them, then they can give them a rate from 1 to 5 stars and write what they think about it. So, if I see somebody who got only 3 stars, I'm not going to hire them. I always go for 4.2, something around that, and higher. And I'm going to read all the comments that people posted about them, because I want to know who I deal with before I hire them. So use that website, odesk.com. You need to open an account, and then, as you can see here, all those people applied to my job, and I can actually go on and interview them. There's a new option now, guaranteed. And this is great because what this website is doing is they mark the people who did a great job for other people, and they say you can hire them, but if you're not happy, we're going to give you the money back. So this is a great option. You don't need to take any risk. You can hire them, and if you're not happy about it, you're not losing anything. So just remember that. I'm going to go back to the checklist. So let's say you posted a job, and then you have all those vendors who applied for that job. You want to interview them, and you can send them a message through that website. You can contact them. Just click on the person's link, It's going to take you to their personal page where you can actually send them a message. And here he says, you can hire me for $2.22 per hour. And you're probably shocked by now, but this guy is from the Philippines. And for them, $2 per hour is a good money. So you can find people here which you don't have to pay as much as you have to pay in the US, and still they're gonna do a great job. Again, all my illustrators I found here online. And beside that, you have money back guarantee. So if he doesn't do a good job, you can ask Odesk, the website, to give you the money back. As I mentioned, I find all my illustrators and editors here on this website, and I have great experience with them. So here you can send a message to this guy, he can reply, you can negotiate. If you think $2 is too high, probably you won't, but let's say they ask for $20 per hour and you think you can pay only 11, you can negotiate with them. You can also go on my website www.alinathaniel.com, and you can look for more information about how to negotiate a price with a vendor. So that's the second checkbox here. To interview the illustrator, you can ask them all the questions that you want to find out who they are and what they can do for you, how can they help you, and then choose one of them and sign a contract. And again, you can go on my website alinathaniel.com and find the contract. After you sign the contract, and you want to make sure that if, let's say, you hire an illustrator or a graphic designer, you get all the rights for the artwork. So you want to put it inside the contract, and you want to make sure that once the job is done, the art is yours and you can use it for whatever you want. After you do that, choose one of them. You need to write very clear instructions for the vendor to tell them what is it that you want them to do. If we're talking about illustrations, you can send a story and tell them, I want you to create a little girl. She's 5 with red hair and blue eyes, and I don't know what else, but you can come up with whatever you think about. If it's a graphic designer, they're going to ask you to give them a direction, like how do you see the cover. So give them as many details as possible, but still leave some room for their creativity. After you send all that, they're going to create the first sketch, the first version of either your book cover or illustration, and they're going to send it back. You need to approve the sketches. If you don't think that's what you wanted, go back to them, tell them to change whatever it is, and send you back after they fix it. When all this is over, you can approve the colored image, because if we're talking about children's book illustrations, they're first going to do it black and white, and then they're going to color it. With the book cover design, approve the colors, approve the fonts, approve whatever needs to be on the book cover, your name, all the information that you want to be there. Then we get to the 6-step plan, which is basically the steps that you need to follow in order to publish your book. We're talking about going on Amazon and actually publishing your book. So the first step would be to create a Word document version of your book, because that's how you do it on Amazon. You need to create the Word document version. So you need to follow the Amazon's rules about how to create this version, where to put the title, the page numbers, etc. With ebooks, we don't do page numbers, so you don't have to worry about it, but you need to make sure it doesn't show on the document. From there, you need to select keywords. And if you didn't watch my second video, go right there and learn a little bit more about the keywords, because this is so important. These are your big guns. You always ask me about promotion. Keywords are your first step of promotion. This is how you start promoting your book before you even publish it. So go to my second video, watch it, and find more about where to find the keywords, how to come with um, keywords ideas, and etc. After you perform the keyword research and choose 7 keywords, you need to select the right categories. When you go on the KDP page on Amazon, you have the option to select 2 categories, and I'm going to show you that. So you scroll down. This is just new title I opened to demonstrate. There are no details here about any books of mine, but you can choose categories here. 3, target your book customer. And this is, again, choosing the right categories is part of your marketing strategy. And you want to be very clear about who your target market is. And the way to do that, you click add categories, and then Amazon will open a box that shows you all the categories they have. And let's say you write fiction book. You can click that. As long as it's plus, you can click it and it's going to open a longer list. Under fiction, you have even more categories. You have general, action and adventure, African American, and then there's a plus here. You can click it and it's going to open even more categories. And you want to be as specific as possible. So go ahead and choose the right categories. Let's say I chose fairy tales. It's going to add it right here. Remember, you can choose only 2. Once you chose 2, it wouldn't allow you to add any more. You have to take 1 down if you want to change it, and then hit the save button. So that's how to choose the category. Now create your book cover. I spoke before about Odesk. It's a great website to find a book cover designer. I'm going to show you another website where you can find book cover designers for a very low cost. And I'm using that website for most of my projects because this website's Fiverr, Fiverr, is a website where you can find people to do work for you for $5 and up. And usually, to design your book cover, you're going to need to pay anywhere between $10 to $50, and that's very, very cheap. So I'm going to go on Fiverr and I'm going to type book cover designer. And I'm going to look for it. Let's see what comes up. So you can find this person. So go to this website and design your book cover. Now you need to price your book. So this is the $1,000,000 question. You need to find the best price to make the most money out of. You want to come up with the best price for your genre, and you can actually go on Amazon and spy on other books at your category and see how much they charge. But just a general guideline, usually $5 is usually high price for an ebook. So it depends, but you can go anywhere from 99 cents to 9.99. It's up to you, and you can basically change it every day, so you can experiment with that. And the last step here is to write a book description. And this is extremely important because you need to think about your book description as a movie trailer. You have to make the people interested enough in your book to click the buy button. And this is not that easy. And so many people are writing dull and not so interesting descriptions. You want to make sure you do it the right way. I'm going to demonstrate something. This is my book, The 6 Steps Plan to E-Publishing. And this is the book description. First of all, you can see the colors here, right? So I use orange for the top line, and then I use bold letters for the second line. And the way to create those colors is to use HTML. I'm not going to talk so much about it right now, but I just want you to know that's an option, and you need to use some HTML code. It's not very complicated, but you need to know about it. So the first thing I wrote here is the only thing stopping you from e-publishing your book is the how to get it done. And the reason I wrote it is because I know so many people get stuck around publishing their book because they don't know what to do next. They don't know how to get it done. I wrote this just to create some interest. And then the ultimate beginner's guide on how to publish and market your ebook with Amazon. I'm very clear about what my book is all about. And then, I keep on writing more about the book. Do you have great idea for a book but don't know how to get it published? Are you ready to fulfill your dream and become a published author? And I mentioned that this book was written by #1 bestseller author, me, just to give it some validity. And then, I write everything that in this book you will learn how to transform your idea into an ebook, etc. And then I put some sections of one of my chapters here. And this book description, the purpose is to get the people to get very interested in what I have to say and to click here. Scroll up and grab your copy. So I meant to click here, buy now with one click. I want them to go here and purchase the book. So this is, I'm not going to go into details here, but you need to create a KDP account, type the keywords you chose, select categories, everything I mentioned before, upload the book, and choose the royalty package. And then I'm going to focus a little bit about promotion, because really I get so many questions about promotion, and that's actually great, because what people doesn't know is that writing the book could be very hard and time consuming, but it ends at some point, and then you have to go on and market it, and marketing is a never ending story. You have to do it every day. You have to think about it all the time. You have to know what to do in order to market your book. So the first thing that you need to do is open an author page. Then I highly recommend create a book trailer. You have to market yourself on social media. Open a Facebook profile, Twitter account. Give your book for free. Give it for free. That's how you're going to get reviews. Give it for free. That's how you're going to create a buzz. People are going to talk about you, and so on. Use this ultimate e-publishing guide checklist to follow up on the steps that you need to do in order to e-publish your book. Download it, print it, put it next to your computer, and use that to follow up your progress.
So this is the e-publishing blueprint or the e-publishing plan. I know I covered a lot of great information. You don't need to remember everything, know it all, or even understand everything. You just have to follow the 6 steps plan, follow the formula. It has been proven again and again by me and by my clients. You can go to the previous videos I gave you and watch them again. To be honest with you, I love what I do. I love the option to be able to self-publish my books on Amazon, and I love to see other authors, my client, getting so excited when they first publish their book. I just love it. This is actually what gets me out of bed every morning, just to see the impact of what I do on other people and how it improves their lives and how it makes them so happy. I get to feel that impact when I see authors publish their book. They're going out in the world and they get to share their inspiring messages and they get to touch people's hearts. That's amazing. So if you're ready to join me, if you're ready to take this deeper, I'm going to be opening a new one-day class of the 6 steps plan to e-publishing in just a matter of days. The thing is that I don't open this class very often, maybe once or twice a year. So I'll be open registration, and registration will be open for just a few days, then it will close down and class will start. So the next video will be about how to actually move forward and publish your book with Amazon. So if you're interested to get more details about this one-day program, I will lay everything out in my next video. But for now, I was giving you a ton of work, a ton of homework. You got my previous 2 videos and this video and the blueprint. I have laid it all out for you, so go ahead and start creating your e-publishing plan. Now, last thing, I would love you to scroll down and leave a comment for me. Tell me about your book. What category are you in? And what is the message that you want to send out to the world? I would love to hear from you. I've been reading all the comments, every single one, and responding to all of them. It has been a lot of fun, so go ahead and leave a comment for me.